I would say the role of a dog handler is more of a lifestyle. Each day it varies, to be honest, depending on the jobs. But my role, particularly as a dog handler with a general purpose dog, is for example, we'd book on duty. I'd exercise my dog, and then we're deployable to various things, really. Obviously, she's trained to track human scent and locate property. So depending on obviously call volume and things like that is the role of a handler. Obviously, your priority is the welfare of the dog, so looking after the dog, exercising the dog, and being operationally efficient as a team. Freya is a general patrol dog, and she's mainly used to track human scent. That's her main role. And she is just over 2. I've had Freya for over a year now. She's very much a diva and a madam. She is definitely the boss of the team. And you, good girl. As much as obviously my title is a dog handler, I'm very much still a police officer, and we're attached to the RPSO department. So that means I could be deployed to road-related calls. So quite often we'll be allocated to preemptive jobs. So we'll be looking for a car of interest, and we would be deployed. So I'm obviously very much on the ground looking for the vehicle that's of interest, passing information and intelligence to the other officers as well. I carry a taser as well, so quite often I'll be deployed as backup to local officers and anything else which is of demand, really. Initially, I completed a basic course with some of the other new handlers, which is minimum 12 weeks, but can go on, obviously depending on the dog and the handler and how they're getting on. And in those 12 weeks, you're covering various disciplines, so like tracking, bite work, searching and property. And you obviously start with very simple tasks with the dog, and you build upon them in the 12 weeks to a point where you get to a standard where you can be licensed, which means that you can be obviously operational and deployed. I still remember the day that I took Freya home and being like, took her for her first walk and being like, oh my God, what do I do with you? And it's just, it is a massive learning curve, but you start and it's very steady. And it might well be you have a really good day with the dog and the dog has flown through the task and you think, oh, I'm really doing really well here. And then like the following day, dog's not understanding or not following the task or distracted. So it's very much up and down, but it's really important that you take it step by step and you don't jump to like something really difficult. It is very steady for both the handler and the dog, really, because you want to train for success, and you're doing all of this, you're learning both. Well, for me as at the time a novice handler, we were learning together, so I'm learning and Freya was learning. So in order to ensure the dog is safe and efficient, everything is steady, is recorded and reviewed and repeated until you're at a standard where you're deemed to be safe and efficient and operational. Your dog and the way they operate is a reflection on how the effort that you've put in, really, isn't it? So the work doesn't stop at the end of the basic. That was a big shock, really. I knew that obviously training and dog training, it never ends. Like even with pets, you always want them to have that, you know, is a conditional thing, isn't it? And coming onto shift, you want to improve and test your dog in different environments. So with shifts now, every day without fail, we'll do something, even if it's an hour that you can fit in. It's obviously depending on demand and things like that. But the training never ends. Like I said, it's a lifestyle, isn't it? So even on rest days, we do a little bit at the start of a walk. They need to be working, their brains are always in overdrive. So it's just something that needs to be continually progressed. part of the role of a dog handler is having to deal with dangerous dogs. That can fall into two categories really. So first would be a banned breed, which are considered Section 1 dogs, or Section 3, where any breed of dog can be deemed dangerous if they're out of control. So we get both calls really. In this instance, we attended a warrant for a Section 1 banned breed dog. We were tasked by the local neighbourhood team, and the report or the information that we had was that there were 4 XL bullies at the address, one of which wasn't registered. So obviously if people are not following the legislation and registering the dog, then we have a power to go in and seize that dog. We attended the address, and it's always quite a difficult thing, any warrant really, because it's very intrusive, isn't it? But going in and taking someone's dog doesn't always go smoothly or as planned. And this one in particular, I remember the woman being really hostile. It's really difficult then because she didn't want to cooperate with us. I was really new to Shifft at this point, so I was very much relying on the experienced handlers. And initially we were just going in with our kit that we're given, so our shield and our spray, a pole, which again is like quite daunting for the homeowner or the dog owner. But what I learned from that was obviously just being really clear and direct with whoever you're dealing with and just explaining the process. And eventually we managed to get into the address. There were 4 dogs there, and we were just having to contain the dogs in separate rooms. And I remember having to scan the dogs to check the microchips and make sure they were in line with obviously the records that we had. And I think ultimately it was just an admin issue, but still obviously we had the power to go in and check that the dogs that were at the address are the dogs that are registered on DEFRA. And it turns out that one of the dogs had already been seized and there was an issue with the name. So obviously the work doesn't end there. So further work had to be done to revisit and make sure that all the records had been updated. And on that occasion we didn't seize a dog, but we frequently go to warrants and have to seize dogs, and obviously we have a duty of care to look after them when they're in our care. So we were tasked by our serious organised crime unit to assist with a warrant on this occasion. So we were asked to be a containment on the address. So we went for a briefing initially. That's where they shared some of the circumstances and the person that they were intending to arrest. And we were coming up with a plan in terms of layout of the address and access to the address, which is obviously really important for us as handlers. And it was decided that I would be on the rear lane of the property. So we set up at the back. Freya was on a line, which we're quite often used for as a containment. Not only are we a deterrent if the person is in the address, if the person does run from the address, then we're at hand and we can utilise the dogs to locate the person. So on this occasion, we were at the back of the address, just waiting for an update really from those at the door. And I remember hearing on the radio that the wanted person was not in the address. And as I just passed that, I could see someone appearing in the lane further down on the right. So I started walking down with Freya, and Freya was curious and she could spot the male as well. And I'd asked at the time, as we were running down the lane, what's the description of what he was wearing that day? Because obviously the event had happened prior, so it was really important that we had that confirmation that that was the man that we were looking for, which we then had as we were running down the lane. After running about 100, 200 metres, I've made it clear to the subject that we were in the lane, police with a dog, and he's turned around and saw Freya, and then the male was successfully detained. That event alone just shows that the dogs are obviously invaluable in that respect, because had he ran, we could have either tracked to the mill or, depending on the circumstances, it would have been justified to have sent Freya, deployed Freya in that instant as well. Freya is a general purpose dog. However, the expectation on the dog section is that you eventually have a second dog, which is usually a drugs dog. I obviously don't have a second dog at the moment, but the plan is to eventually have a second dog, which is very exciting. You can obviously be utilised in another capacity then, and you've got 2 different dogs for different purposes. That'll be another course as well. I think that's 8 to 10 weeks. It's having to manage both dogs then, and that's a completely other challenge in itself, isn't it? But very much looking forward to that. I think traditionally people have spaniels or like labs, but now we've got a mixture of dogs on the section. A few of them have come from dogs' homes and stuff. They could even be a mixed breed. Preference would I do love a lab. I mean, labs are quite big as well, aren't they? It's 2 big dogs. I think I would love a spaniel. It's going to be a spaniel. It's going to be a spaniel. The luxury of being a dog handler is obviously you drive home and you finish your shift at home. So me and Freya are like, we've had a great day today. And Freya, take Freya into the garden. She gets excited. She's ready for her food. Yeah, I think I always feel quite content at the end of a shift. A night shift, a little bit different. Probably really, really tired. So yeah, it's a quick turnaround. Freya's in a kennel, she's got her food, and I'm off to bed. But yeah, I think given that I really enjoy the role, I'm always pretty happy and content at the end of a shift.